Calvin Castan at Shazy Central Rural School. It's the 30th day of October 2007, and we're here for Section 7 Class B semi-final play. The unbeaten Northeastern Clinton Central School Cougars against the Beekmantown Eagles right here, right now on hometown cable. The teams have met twice. Cougars winning 2-0 and 3-0, I believe. But those games are past, and none of those goals are going to count in tonight's contest. We have 3 officials tonight. We have the referee in the middle and 2 flagmen. Steve Regan will be doing the man in the middle job, and we got Jerry Kowalowski and Jim Schutz on the wings with the flags. The field here is in pretty good shape. It was torn up the other night when Northeastern, that was Saturday night, Northeastern and Saranac girls were playing here, along with a couple of other games, I believe, at least one other game, in a very rainy night, and as a result, the field got torn up a little bit. Brian Norcross has been putting a roller to it and trying to keep things in shape out there, and the field, all in all, in pretty good shape. Temperature about 50 degrees, so it's a very pleasant early evening, a little after 5 p.m. start. Middle game of a triple header, Shazy in a game earlier in the Class D playoffs. Nice stop here by Smith for the Eagles. Shazy jumped out to a 5-0 lead against Willsboro after about 7 minutes of play and just coasted to I believe a final 7-0 victory, but it could have easily been 17-0 if they had decided to pull out all the stops. But after you get a 5-0 lead, what else is there to say? The pass comes up in the wing over to Nate Weiss, and we're going to have a throw. Yeah, looks like it's going to be Davison taking the toss for the Cougars. No, you're fine. The ball comes into the box. Okay, we have a corner kick coming up. Ball is punched out by Smith, and Eagles try to clear it. The winner of this game will face the winner of Plattsburgh High School and Alsabo Valley Central. That game is the 3rd game of the tripleheader. I said this was the middle game of the day's play here at Shazy, and the Cougars and Hornets have a big rivalry this year, as in years past, but this year they've met twice, and one was a tie, the other was a 1-0 win for Northeastern. So a lot of people have looked past the semifinals and are expecting the Northeastern and PHS in the finals, but as we certainly all know, the 2 favored teams don't always get to the championship round. In fact, the Northeastern girls went to a shootout before they defeated Saranac here in their semifinal game. And the number 7 seed Saranac Lake team defeated, I believe, Alsabo Valley, number 2 seed in the girls. So anything can happen. That's why they don't just automatically take the best 2 teams and put them in the playoff. Anything can happen out here on the field. The coaches today, we have Tony Perez from Beekmantown and Dale Hawksby, longtime coach for the Cougars. There's Southwick, shoots it up into the box. Ball comes up to Trombley, couldn't get a shot off. There's a little slippery out there. As you can see, the grass has been worn off. That was pretty much all worn off last Saturday. That was in much better shape before the Saturday games in the rain that took place here. So that in front of the goal is typical what you see this time of the year in the playoffs, and most of that happened in just one wet afternoon here at Shazy. And of course, we for years covered the games at Seton Catholic, and the Seton Catholic field would get so badly torn up by the time all the playoffs were done at that location. That field, Brother Raymond Field, no longer in use, and it's probably not going to be a vacant lot much longer. It's going to be turned into some kind of housing project, and Plattsburgh giving up a part of their green space, and I think that's a mistake. Keeping a little green in the community, I think, is very, very important. Tony Changelo being contested by 14 Jeff Stitt. Passed back for control by Davison over to Guerin. 11 DeSalva came over. DeSalva put some pressure on. The ball goes into the corner. Cougar throw. Ball comes deep in the box, and Smith makes the stop. Smith will bring it out to the 18. Doesn't appear to be any wind factor on the field. The flags in the corners are all hanging. No, not even moving in any breeze. They're just hanging there. So apparently no wind at all. Jeanette sends it up. It's headed by the Eagles now. Changelo pass back to Southwick, sends it up to the 18 in the box, and Smith again will make a stop. The chewed up area in the front of the Beekmantown goal, I think, actually favors the defense more than the offense, because the offense isn't able to get a good footing for a hard shot up close like they would normally like to. So I think if it works in anybody's favor, it will work a little bit more for the defense. McCarthy will take the throw for the Cougars. Now kicked by LaValle, goes off Northeastern. A Beekmantown throw. All being played at midfield. Stitt sends it. Ball gets by Chris Guerin, and Sample will come over and pick it up. I think that's the first time that Tyler Sample has touched the ball in the game. Cougars looking to not just kick the ball, but to pass it and try to work an offense. There's a ball up the wing. It looks like it could be Weiss. It is Weiss on the front end of that. And not sure if it was Trombley who got it to him, and Jeanette sent it to him. I hear a nice Jeremy from Coach Hawksby, so it must be Jeremy Jeanette had something to do with that, but Nate Weiss was the finisher. 8 goal, 15 assists, so it was Trombley, Corey Trombley to Nate Weiss. And apparently Jeanette was involved in there somewhere, because they got the nice going from Coach Hawksby. So it's 1-0 Cougars, and 32-36, so 7 minutes and 24 seconds into the game. The Cougars have drawn first blood in the previous game. Shazy had scored 5 goals by this time. Here's Jeanette. The championship, Class B championships, will be played right here at Shazy. It's very fitting that Beekmantown and Northeastern will be playing here at Shazy. This is the school district that separates the two districts, although down Route 22, the Beekmantown and Northeastern districts do touch. Northeastern goes quite a ways, just a couple miles mile or two north of West Shazy area. Be a Cougar throw. Nice throw by Davison, throws it deep in the box. Ball squirts through, and Smith comes up with it. Weiss was there. Tried to slide it in, but I think wasn't able to get good footing on that, and his pivot foot kind of gave out on him. Ooh, a couple of heads could have collided right there. Here's Changelo.
There you go. Go, Jeff, go! Come on, challenge it, somebody.
There's Stitt sending it down. Stitt changes fields with it, sends it up to the 18, headed out by McCarthy.
Gotta make sure of that, Tony. Gotta make sure.
And Garrett's trying to get it to Weiss.
Wrong way.
Trombley up for Weiss. And call goes against Beekmantown. Not quite sure what the call was. Maybe an obstruction, not quite sure.
Dave, you missed the push over here!
There's Jeanette. Coach Perez, he's chewing a little bit here in Jim Shutt's ear. Ball's at midfield, kicked high in the air.
Outside, go through. Carry! Carry, don't step up, Braxton!
Southwick sends it, trying to get to the 18.
No turn!
There's a shot by Weiss. And Smith with another stop. Cougars keeping the pressure on him. And anything that he has to change directions on in a hurry would be a problem because of the worn out area in front of the goal. But most of that worn out area, the greasiest part, looks to be between the 6 and the 18 yards. So number 5, Tim Walsh reporting in. Got a fellow holding his ribs here. Might be a little bit tired there when they run out of oxygen. And Ben Smith coming out for the Eagles. Red throw, tossed in by McKinstry. Weiss breaks it up. Ball goes passing it around, getting control. There's Jeanette. Cougars find an opening, try to chip it forward. And we have a whistle, and the call goes against the Cougars. Beekmantown will put it in play. Eric LaValle will take it. Sends it deep. Jeanette is there, thread ahead. Now the Eagles bring it back. Shot goes through. Sample will play it. It was wide of the goal. But team has more control with a punt than they would with a goal kick. Get better distance on it. Nice head there by Weiss. Up for Trombley. Trombley at the 18. Trombley's going to shoot and put it just wide. A nice ball, Weiss to Trombley. And the Cougars just miss on that one. It remains 1-0. LaValle with the goal kick. Ball comes to midfield, headed by Davison. Him and Luckin fighting for it. Gets by Luckin. Luckin gets a foot in there. Now Davison over to Southwick. Southwick sends it in the box. And look out. Wow. Give Changelo some points for the landing. He was able to get his hands out there just in time to avoid diving on his head. Great landing there by Tony Changelo. Right at midfield, will be put into play by Eric LaValle. As Eagles send it into the Cougar zone, headed out by Casey Garand. Casey Garand. There's Weiss again. Weiss sends it through up for Trombley. And Jahon Bakish. He's the fellow with 3 or 4 syllables in his name. That time that happens, it gives me a little trouble pronouncing it. We're going to call him Keon. That's his first name. If Ichiro Suzuki can get away with being called by his first name, then so can number 7 for the Eagles. .25.5 showing in the first half. It's a throw for the Eagles. Throw is deep in the box. Take back out to Luckin. Luckin sends it back in. It hits the side of the net. It'll be a goal kick for Northeastern. Cody Gay comes in to give Nate Weiss a breather. Guerin puts it in play. Ball comes off the head of Josh Guerin. Now Keon. Keon sends it. And ball comes back to the Cougars. Kicked out by Sponable. And Southwick will take the throw. Southwick back to Guerin. Pass up to Davison. Davison looks around. Finds Jeanette. Now the Eagles take it away. Casey Guerin manages to get a foot on it, but it's picked up for Beekmantown by McKinstry. Sends it up the wing. And it'll be chased out of bounds by McCarthy. LaValle will take the corner for the Eagles. It's the side of the net. It'll be a goal kick for Northeastern. Casey Guerin puts it in play. Southwick steps in front of Gay, passes back. The Eagles take it away. That was Trombley with the steal. Ball comes back to Trombley. And it's headed out by Guerin. Now the other Guerin, Chris Guerin, kicks it up to Gay. Taken away for the Eagles by Braxton Raymond. Luckin with the head. Kicked for the Cougars by Joey Ormsby. Didn't notice Ormsby coming in. McKinstry sends it into the corner. And sent to the net by Beekmantown. Buzzer sounded for subs, but ball did not go out. It was not a goal kick. It was a ball that was going to be punted out, not a goal kick out. Headed by Southwick off the knee of LaValle. Now Jeanette. And Trombley's going to get a shot, and he puts it in. Corey Trombley from Jeremy Jeanette, and it's 2-0 Cougars. Trombley almost put a little too much oomph on that. The ball was rising, and it came in just under the crossbar. Well, 22-10, so that's 17:50 gone in the first half. It's 2-0 Cougars. Ball headed by Changelo. Picked up by Changelo. Pass back. Guerin is there.
Out here. Keep coming. Carry.
And the ball picked up by Hurdick. Hurdick carries it. There's Changelo. Gay battling with Nick Trombley. Now Keon sends it down. Sent up to the front line. We see number 12 there. That's Casey Trombley in for the Cougars. Cougars have made several changes. Ball is quickly put back into play. Herdick carries it, passes behind Gay. Gay comes back for it, back to Herdick. And it's broken up by LaValle. Guerin being pressured by Sponable, sends the ball up to Changelo. Changelo in front of the net. Oh, Casey Guerin just inches away from heading that one in. There's a shot, and that one goes wide. The Eagles send it to midfield. Jeanette kicks it over to Trombley. Picked up by Stitt. Play on. Stitt sends it down. Guerin headed back by Stitt. In the corner, you got Guerin going for it for the Eagles. Ball sent up to Trombley. Trombley turns his back on it, but manages to get the ball to go forward. There's Luckin. Luckin with a pass through up to De Silva. And ball's kicked out by Nate Lamberton. Be red throw. Cougars kick it out again. Weiss waiting patiently for a white throw. Luckin will take this one. Throws it deep, but right to the keeper Sample. October 30th, Cabbage Day in our country, day before Halloween. Changelo's pass ended up behind Gay, and the ball's kicked out of bounds. It'll be red throw. Gay takes it from Stitt. We'll see number 5 over that side is Walsh for Beekmantown. Gay keeps the ball in play. Herdick carries it. Looks like the Hornets have arrived. They'll be catching most of this game. They prepare for their game. You want your team to be watching the team that'll be their opponent if they win, but you don't want your team to be so much involved with the opponents that they assume that they're going to be playing them. You got to win your game before you can play the winner of this one. Ball put into play by LaValle. Changelo tried to bring it back. Stitt takes it away. Guerin is there for the Cougars. Through ball, De Silva giving chase. Herdick. Okay, McKinstry carrying it, taken away by the Cougars Armsby. Now Luckin.
Number 1, Connor.
Let's see, 19, that's Matthew. There's a shot, and it's just wide. There's a goal kick. Headed by Raymond. Stitt will chase it out of bounds. Southwick leaves it for Guerin to throw.
Go.
Southwick off the side of the foot of Weiss. Picked up by Luckin. And kicked back by Guerin. Ben Smith will throw it in for the Eagles. Headed by Luckin. Wow. Spinning move there by LaValle. Kicked back by Guerin. Now headed back by Smith. Now Luckin controls. Taken away by Lamberton. Southwick goes to Weiss. Kicked out of bounds. Ball goes off Ben Smith. Offsides was called by Steve Reagan, so there'll be a red kick. LaValle will put it in play for the Eagles. Jeanette has it challenged by De Silva. Pass through. And it'll be picked up by Sample. His cousin Casey Guerin watched it go all the way back to him. Raymond with a kick, headed by Southwick. Southwick kicks it. Raymond slides on the short grass. Not much grass here to catch your footing on. That ball's going to be in. A heck of a shot. And Beekmantown scores. It's a 2-1 ball game. A heck of a shot by the Eagles. Ryan McKinstry on an assist by Kyle Matthew. And it's 2-1. It's 13:05, I believe, on the clock. So it's 26:55 into the game. And not much you can do in a high shot like that there. It hits the net from that distance. It's very tough for any keeper to stop. So the Eagles right back in the thick of this. They're just one goal down. Cougars had been dictating the play, but something like that can take the wind out of your sails in a hurry. There'll be a corner kick for the Cougars.
Let's go 14! 14! Good.
Ball's punched out. Eagles send it downfield. Guerin is there. Sample comes out. Sample steps up and boots it deep into the Beekmantown end. Weiss passes to Davison, over to Jeanette. Back to Davison. Short pass to Jeanette. Jeanette lifts it. Got to keep that ball on the ground as much as possible. Here's a high towering boot from Guerin. Weiss going for it. And there's Changelo now.
Take away line!
Changelo has it taken off his foot.
Come on, Woodley!
Now Davison sends it back. I believe it was Ben Smith who took it away from Changelo. There's Lamberton and McKinstry. Got the Eagle fans excited. McKinstry running down the field. That's how he scored. Ball sent up to the 18. Southwick has a clear path, but has to wait for the ball. Southwick tries to keep it in. Raymond trying to clear it. A throw for the Cougars. Comes out to that 12-yard line, headed by Changelo, headed back by Davison. And Smith will watch it go out. We're approaching the 10-minute mark here in the first half. 2-1 Cougars, Section 7 Class B semifinal, the unbeaten Cougars of Northeastern and the Beekmantown Eagles. There's Raymond. Raymond overruns the ball. Passes back to Smith. Smith sends it up. Kicked by Guerin up to Weiss. Weiss passing back for control to Southwick. Southwick sends it through. And the ball's going to go out of bounds. It'll be a red throw. Raymond will toss it in. It's the ball to Smith. Now Raymond kicks it. Headed by Guerin. Raymond spins on it. Davison. And kicked down the field by LaValle, and Sample will easily play it. There's the punt. Excuse me. Headed by Weiss. Ball comes to Trombley. Goes off white. And it'll be a red throw. Changelo stepped in front of it. Changelo chips it forward. Up to Trombley. Eagles take it away. Ball kicked over to Guerin by Jeanette. No, that was Davison who kicked it to him. There's Jeanette. Eagles one breakaway away from tying this one. Taken away by Guerin. Guerin battling with De Silva. Luckin gets a foot on it. Ball in the corner. The Eagle fans are excited. They're into this one. They're looking for the big upset. Here's a shot. It's going to go high and wide. Headed by Changelo. Ball will bounce off Weiss as Stitt tried to send it downfield. Keon will toss it in. Here's Stitt carrying it. Stitt penetrating, slicing through the Cougars. That was Guerin getting a foot on it now. Davison kept it in play. Ball comes back to Raymond. Raymond passes to Keon. Up to Jeanette. Jeanette to Davison to Changelo. Changelo trying to get to Weiss. Weiss comes to the ball, passes through for Trombley. Trombley tries to spin on it. And Smith breaks it up, and the other Smith will pick it up. Ball at midfield. Headed by McCarthy. Now sent down the field by Jeanette. And the keeper, Smith, will bring it to the 18. Changelo sends it up to Corey Trombley, trips on the ball. Red throw. And the Eagles have it broken up. Weiss with the through pass to Southwick. Southwick comes around a defender, and Smith is there. He may have got a knee in the thigh. You can see that slippery spot just behind keeper Smith. His punt is way high, more height than distance on that one. Here's McCarthy. McCarthy looking for Changelo. Changelo was almost tripped up, but he kept his footing. There's Stitt. Broken up by Davison. Oh! No card, just Stitt got away with a push. Cougar fans are calling for a card. Definitely a deliberate push out of frustration. But the refs decide to let it go. Casey Guerin will put it in play. Sends it up to Changelo, chips it right to the keeper Smith. Nice serve and a nice attempt there by Changelo. There's the high punt. Score remains 2-1 Cougars. Luckin gets a foot on it. Now Lamberton. There's Davison has it broken up by the Eagles.
Make the ball in. Andrew's back.
This is Guerin. Guerin over to De Silva. De Silva sends it up to the 18. There's a shot, and it's right to Sample. Casey Guerin is slow to get up, holding his jaw. I'm not sure if that's where the problem is. It looks like it's maybe in the leg area.
Slow down. Make the ball pass.
Action continues. Matthew bringing it up the side. Gets some cheers from the Beekmantown partisans. We have Palmer in for the Eagles. Matthew will sit. There's Changelo. There's Trombley. That's picked up by Palmer, who's tripped. And out of bounds. Oh, it's Cougar throw.
14. Hey, Marcos, find somebody who's got 14.
The Joe Poisson over there. He considered coming back to do this game. He was here with Joey Trombley doing the Shazy game, but looks like he decided to stay next to the curly fries over there.
Good, there you go, Jeff.
Southwick sends the ball into the 18. Trombley giving chase. Here's Weiss over. And Keon kicks it out. Ball's quickly thrown in off Changelo's head, and Cougars didn't follow. Cougars didn't follow it. And Smith went off his fingers, and there was a split second there where he could have, where he was vulnerable. But the Cougars did not follow the play. I'm not sure if even if they'd followed it, they would have had time to do something with that. But you never know if you don't follow it. There's Sample at midfield. De Silva now taken away by Davison. Davison sends it up the wing and out of bounds. First half's going to come to an end with Northeastern leading Beekmantown by a 2-1 margin here on Hometown Cable, viewer-supported local television. Second half about to begin, and any thoughts the Cougars had of coasting to a win here against Beekmantown is on hold at the moment. The Eagles are very much in this one, 2-1 Northeastern as we start the second half here. The Section 7 Class B semi-final trip to the finals for the winner. The loser is done for the year. They can go home and start worrying about what they're going to do with the rest of their school year. Many of them will be shortly starting basketball and hockey practice. Not end, but or hockey practice. Can't play both. There's a shot, and the ball was still alive, went in front of the net. Oh, Beekmantown, that close to knotting it up here, and it's going to be a corner kick for the Eagles. That certainly has to get the attention of Cougar coach Dale Hawksby. Entire team standing outside the protected area that is there to protect from the elements. There's a corner kick for Beekmantown. Ball is out off Beekmantown, so probably went off the head of Luckin, who looks like the only Eagle who might have been able to knock that one out of bounds. Garand will take the goal kick. We're putting our gloves on here. Took them off at halftime. Jeanette sends it up to Trombley. Raymond missed kicks. Keon saves the day, but he gets it over to Lamberton. There's Trombley, and it's going to be a red kick. A red throw, I should say, not a red kick, a red throw. Changelo steps up, steals the ball, and Davison now passing back over to Chris Garand. Call goes against Beekmantown. Second game of the day here, another one to follow. Big triple header. Anybody who is a soccer fan and paid their $2 to get into that first game and stuck around will get their money's worth tonight. Shazy beating Willsboro in the first game in the Class D playoff. And Cougars score. Not sure if Changelo got a head on that. That was a heck of a kick from, I believe, Chris Guerin. We'll see. We'll see who gets credit for all that. We'll find out momentarily. All we know now, it's 3-1 in favor of Northeastern. Apparently it was Casey Garand who kicked that one. Not Chris Garand, Casey Garand. And Changelo did get the goal. So assist from Garand, goal from Changelo. And it's 3-1 Cougars. That was a big one there. Gives the Cougars back that 2-goal lead. And it gives you a little breathing room, and suddenly a goal can't tie the game. Ball goes out in front of the fans. Good turnout. Of course, there's some fans that remain from the Shazy game. There's some fans that are arriving for the Plattsburgh Sable Valley game, and quite a few fans. Of course, majority of them are here for this game. Trombley passes through for Lamberton. We have 36 minutes left in the second half. Just missing Weiss. Just missing. And it was almost a 4-1 lead for the Cougars. LaValle will take the goal kick, put the ball back in play. Headed by Trombley. Changelo battling Smith. There's Jeanette. Jeanette chips it into the box, headed back out by the Eagles. Who's this? The Beekmantown numbers are gray, a little tough to pick up sometimes in the shadows here. That gray on red. in the shadows, it's not always easy to pick up that number, particularly on the front of the shirt, where it's a small number. Southwick chases it.
Swing it! Swing it!
Considering that it's the 30th of October, it's a very pleasant evening out here. Temperature probably still holding near 50 degrees. The highs today were in the low 50s. And we've had at this point just one day of frost, Sunday night into Monday morning. And that's been it for the autumn. Outside of that, no frost at my diggings. Ball comes up to De Silva. He sends it up the wing, and Palmer giving chase. There's Jeanette. Jeanette chips it up to Lamberton. Headed by Smith. Changelo catches the ball in the air with his foot, of course. Now McCarthy sends it the other side of the field and sent deep by LaValle. And here come the Cougars. Eagles send it back. The Eagles controlling the play at the moment. Now the Cougars send it up to Trombley. Trombley gets by Smith. Trombley passes wide to Changelo. Changelo carries it to the 18, passes into the box, and it'll be handled by the keeper, Brett Smith. There's the punt. Going for a head, but hitting him on the foot. That was probably Southwick over on that side. There's Lamberton sending it up to Trombley. Trombley trying to get by Ben Smith. Lamberton gets the ball to Trombley, now to Changelo. Changelo tries to pass through. He was close enough where he could have possibly taken a shot there. Here are the Eagles. Players go down. Luckman battling for it. Jeanette carries it for the Cougars. And the Eagles send it back. They're sending it up to McKinstry. McKinstry, the goal scorer for Beekmantown. Headed by Guerin. And we have a handball called. There's Jeanette ready to put it in play. And the ball goes out. Joey Ormsby reports in for the Cougars. We're almost 10 minutes into the second half. The goal kick goes on top of the net. The corner kick, that is. And now we have a goal kick. Beekmantown puts it in play quickly. Ball comes to midfield. Souvenir for a lucky fan. There's Trombley, stolen away by Raymond. Raymond carries it, and Jeanette sends it to the far side. Weiss to Changelo, back to Southwick. Yeah, it was Southwick, I Southwick to Changelo. Up to Weiss. Weiss keeps his footing. Nate Weiss with a nice effort. And here come the Eagles. It might be Luckin. Chipped, headed, wide. That was McKinstry again, bringing that ball down. Did a great job. And I think it was Luckin. Yeah, Luckin just saw his number 9. Luckin put the headshot in, but it was wide. But a great effort there by McKinstry. There's Luckin passing back. McKinstry gets a foot on it. Kicked by De Silva. Now shot goes wide. Here's a kick. There he goes. Now Changelo sends it down. Weiss giving chase. Changelo strips away. Here's Davison. Whoa, 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 whoa. Nothing subtle about that. Pushed by Guerin. Coach Perez, he's a complainer. He'd help his team, I think, more by complaining less. If I were reffing, I'd turn a deaf ear to his complaints. Herdick in the game for the Cougars. If the refs make a bad call, you got to let them know you saw it, but they're not going to make 40 bad calls in a game. Well, for the most part, you let the refs ref, and you let the coaches coach, and let the players play, and let the fans cheer, and not everybody does their thing, and it's a better experience for everybody. Oh, a missed kick there by Matthew. Armsby tries to send it, and we have a whistle. Push called by Steve Regan. Jeanette will put it in play. McCarthy. There's Jeanette. And we have what, offsides? Offsides called. Put in play at the 6-yard line. 3-1 Cougars. Section 7 Class B semifinal. Winner goes to the championship game. Loser is done for the season. Here's Herdick. Of course, the seniors, their careers are over. Although they usually, past several years, they've had a senior game. It's usually on a Sunday, and I'm not going to go out on a Sunday to tape any senior games. Look out, Trombley from Herdick. What a great job catching up with that ball. I believe it was Herdick who got it to him. Trombley high in the air. Fortunately for him, Smith was not near the ball, so he didn't get a call for a dangerous play, but he was definitely up there, but if somebody had been in the vicinity. It is 15 from 17, so Corey Trombley from Connor Herdick, and it's 4-1 Cougars. .24:39 remaining in the second half, so that's 15 minutes and 21 seconds into the second half. The Cougars have scored twice this half and are enjoying a 4-1 lead. This is a point where sometimes these games can get unnecessarily physical. Hopefully that won't happen with 3 officials out there, although the man in the middle is the referee. He can look for assistance from the line judges. The line guys with the flags. They're not supposed to make calls, but they can indicate to the referee that there was an infraction, and then that referee can make the call. There's Gay sending it down. Changelo. Coach Hawksby hollering out everybody's sentiments. Shoot the ball. Not sure what Changelo was thinking there. He just had a couple of opportunities, but just decided he wanted to penetrate all the way to the net, and ended up not getting a shot off because he waited too long to shoot it. Flight throw. McCarthy throws it in. Here's Jeanette. Up for Gay. Gay with a shot. Smith makes the stop. And Smith came up with the ball. Trombley right on top of him. Here's the punt. There's Lamberton. There's a through pass up for Trombley. Gay passing back. Luckin passes up to McKinstry. Guerin steps up, boots it way down the field. There's Gay, gives way for Changelo, and ball's picked up by Smith. Stip over to McKinstry. McKinstry sends it. Let's see, who's 10 here? 10. That's Nick Trombley for the Eagles. And shot wide by Raymond. Guerin puts it in play. Over to McCarthy. McCarthy up to Barcombe, who's just in the game. Barcombe moves. And the through pass up intended for Gay. Now kicked up the wing to Casey Trombley. Puts it in front of the net, and Barcombe almost there to pump it in. Smith makes the stop. Good play there by Northeastern. Let's check the time. Leaning over here, just under 20 minutes, 19:56 when I glanced at the clock. Just under 20 minutes remaining in the second half. And we're almost ready to say in the ball game it's a 4-1 Cougar lead. Well, 20 minutes to go. It's a little too early to concede anything. There's Herdick. Ball goes off Gay, red throw. Looks like the Cougars are complaining that the Eagles were kicking the ball at the Cougars from close distance. They're just trying to kick it at them hard to bounce it out of bounds, and Of course, that's going to sting a little bit. De Silva sends it up. Wide throw. Guerin will take it. Raymond, handball on Barcombe. Keon will put it in play for the Eagles. Passes wide to Stitt. Taken away by Barcombe for the Cougars. Now the Eagles, and picked up. That was McCarthy sending it. Now Raymond sends it back. Headed by Lamberton. Lamberton carrying it. With 5 Walsh in there for the Eagles, along with 2 McKinstry. Casey Tremblay keeping the ball in play. Ormsby will take the throw for the Cougars. Passes back to Davison. Sends it up to Ormsby. This is De Silva. Chips it forward, looking for Luckin. But Guerin gets ahead in there, steals the ball away. Casey Guerin, what a nice effort. Sends it up to Casey Tremblay, and it'll be a tackle on Tremblay, as when he went down, so did Walsh. And the Eagles will put it in play. LaValle will take the kick right near the 18. Ball squirts through. Luckin has it taken off his foot by Lamberton. Lamberton over to Tremblay. Back in the middle, picked up by Ormsby. Ormsby tries to send it through, but it's intercepted by Beekmantown. That was number 5 Walsh. And the ball sent high and wide by the Cougars. 16 minutes left in the second half. 4-1 Northeastern. Section 7 semi-final play for 2007. Winner to face winner of Plattsburgh, the number 2 seed, and Sable Valley. Cougars, the number 1 seed, unbeaten on the year. And you always, if you're looking for a good game, you always like to see the number 1 and number 2 seeds meet in the championship. It happens, I would say, probably less than half the time that you end up getting that situation with number 1 and number 2 meet in the championship game, but certainly a possibility tonight. I know in the Class B girls, the number 2 seed, Sable Valley, was eliminated in the first round by number 7, Saranac Lake. So, number 1 seed Northeastern remains in the girls' Class B play, but the number 2 seed was eliminated right away in the start of the playoffs, and the Cougars girls had to go to a shootout against Saranac before they got the right to go to the championship game. Ormsby to McCarthy. Now it's controlled here by Palmer. Ball goes off Davison. It'll be a red throw. Ben Smith will take the toss. And the Class D level, the Shazy boys have held up their end of the bargain. And the girls, Class D girls, Shazy and Elizabethtown will meet. Coach Hawksby telling the team to get back on defense here. And the D girls, it's Shazy and E-Town. So that's number 1 and number 2. And the D boys, we don't know. Are awaiting the results of E-Town and Indian Lake. And that would mean a 1 and 2 playing there. And the D boys, I think in the C girls it's 1 and 2, Seton and stopped by Sample, Seton and Northern Adirondack. And the C boys, it's Northern Adirondack and Lake Placid. I believe that's 1 and 2 also. So in most cases this year, after saying that it happened less often than it happened, in most cases it's holding true. With at this point, one exception being the girls, and in all cases, the number 1 seed has advanced to the championship game. And it looks like the number 1 seed will advance here. Ball put into play by Guerin. Ball comes up to the 18. Casey Trombley knocks it loose and have a whistle. Push called on the Cougars. It'll be a free kick for Beekmantown. Ball comes to Palmer. Palmer sends it through. The inimitable Foxy Gagnon is here. He's going to be doing the PHS and Sable Valley games, and we of course appreciate Foxy at North Country Cable for giving us coverage of some of the games that involve Northern Adirondack, Beekmantown, Northeastern, when they play some games that we're unable to attend. And in fact, usually if Foxy's covering it, we find someplace else to be, because there's no sense in getting 2 coverages of one game and no coverage of something else. So Foxy has brought us a whole pack here, half a 6-pack, a 3-pack of games to show on Hometown Cable, and we appreciate that. There's Southwick with the throw. We got a card, yellow card on Luckin, appears. Is it just one card, or looks like just one card? Jeanette being talked to, and Casey Luckin's gonna come off, and he'll be replaced by Josh Woodley. Kick deep, it's going to be bouncing. Sample waits till it crosses the 18-yard line. Looks like he's got a little dirt in his cleats. Came close to carrying it across that line before he kicked it. There's McCarthy. Davison with the low pass up to Changelo. Changelo tries to chip it up to Trombley. Trombley with a high kick. The Eagles take it away. It comes back to Casey Guerin. Guerin will handle it. He goes wide to Chris Guerin. Guerin back to Guerin. Guerin sends it up the wing. And the ball comes to Changelo. We call for an offside. Just under 10 to go. We're almost at a point where we're going to say in the game here rather than in the second half, because a 4-1 margin at this point seems almost insurmountable. Cougars have dominated the play, although Eagles have played well. There's Kyle Matthew back in. He replaces Brett Palmer for the Eagles. Headed by Changelo, and we're going to get an offside call. If you're wondering how Steve Regan can call it from there, it's because he's got a cohort, in this case Jim Schutz, stationed right there. Jim Schutz and Jerry Kowalski are the line judges today. They've got the flags. Next summer, Jim Schutz retired now. Be a good job for him out there, being a flag man on a construction project. Instead of wasting his time on a golf course, he'll be out there with his flag directing traffic. A hot chocolate. Well, thank you very much. Corey Thompson delivering a hot chocolate. How about that? One of the perks of the game here. We're down to 7:47 on the clock here. We got a throw for the Cougars. Deep toss. Cougars looks like they will advance. Here's a shot by Ormsby, a one hopper to Smith. Cougars will advance. They'll face the winner of Plattsburgh High School and All-Sable Valley. And that should be a good ball game. Sable Valley has been playing well. They got a good balanced attack. Plattsburgh, of course, their only loss, I believe, came at the hands of the Cougars, a 1-0 win, if memory serves me correctly. And then the other time they met the Cougars, it was a tie. So but the game to determine who will face the Cougars should be a good one, and whoever wins that will be a good battle against Northeastern. Ball's at midfield, picked up here by Luckin. Luckin carries it. I don't see a number, but it's probably McKinstry. It is indeed McKinstry. And we're going to get a card on it. Trip from behind. And McKinstry will come off. This is a type of thing you don't want to let get out of hand, because could pick up an injury here to a Cougar, and they're going to put him right back in. So I don't agree with that philosophy. If somebody gets a yellow card in my team, he sits for a while. He doesn't go right back in. Coach should teach him you don't get yellow cards. That's not a way to teach a kid to not get a yellow card. So he's next whistle that allows a red sub, he'll go right back in. So I think that's condoning the yellow card, and the coach should very rarely, if ever, do that. Sometimes you just feel so bad that something happened there. You say, you don't blame the kid, but even there you got to set an example and tell them, nope, you don't get a yellow card under any circumstances.
That's because you're from the old school.
Well, Foxy,
old school.
I think there's more to this year than just who wins the ball game. I think you're here to teach these kids. And it's teaching them to be character. Teaching them character, not just trying to win the ball game.
Right. Goose and I see it a lot in football with unsportsmanlike conduct calls, and we're from the old school, and we agree with you 100%. There has to be some consequence if you're going to behave that way.
That's one thing I've noticed about Dale Hawksby is if a kid gets a yellow card, even if it's a star player, he'll sit him for a while.
But the old school coaches are getting fewer and fewer.
That's getting truer and truer. And there'll be a kick here for the Cougars as soon as things settle down. So that was, of course, Foxy Gagnon offering his opinion, unsolicited here. I did not solicit that opinion. He just like nobody solicited my opinion on the coach letting him back in like that. But when we have the mics, we have the right to spout our opinions, right, Foxy?
Well, Foxy's opinions are not necessarily those of Hometown Cable or Calvin Castine.
Do not represent the views of this cable system or Hometown Cable. Sometimes my opinions aren't the views of Hometown Cable. I have on occasion gone back and clipped a statement out of the program. Have you ever done that? Say something and say, oh, maybe I shouldn't have said that, and before I put it on, edit it out?
I actually have never done that. That's interesting. I don't think I've ever. I had to censor Goose one time with an accidental word. He got so excited in a Plattsburgh North Stars football game.
Don't say the word.
No, I won't. But yeah, I had to clip that once. That was it.
Usually the words I have to clip are from the fans.
Oh, yeah, that happens. Yes, that's upsetting.
Particularly the adult sports, when you're at a place where there's alcohol being served and there are people behind you who've had a few too many and they think four-letter words are part of the game. Oh, another card here. Or is there an injury? Well, it's an injury. Limping off, it's number 3, that's LaValle. There's a boot high. Just a hair over 2 minutes remaining in this one. We'll hear the 2-minute warning shortly. Well, the Cougars looks like they will advance to the Section 7 championship game. They'll face the winner of Plattsburgh and Osable Valley. The Hornets favored in that, but you never know. That's why we play them. You never know who's gonna pull out a victory. Heck, even the Yankees lost this year in the playoffs, so anything can happen. Of course, Foxy will be happy there. Joe Torre is, we're taping this here, Joe Torre is a possible manager for the Dodgers.
Yeah, we'll take him.
Yeah, looks like Joe Girardi's going to be there for the Yankees, and Don Mattingly's all bent out of shape. I'd like to be in a position like Joe Torre where I'd be insulted by a $5 million offer. Would you like to be insulted by $5 million, Fox?
I'd even take a couple $1 million pay cut from that.
I've heard so few people who disagree with Torre quitting over that, but I can't grasp it. $5 million plus bonuses. I think that's you can insult me every year like that. And of course, A-Rod is insulted with his quarter of a $1 billion contract, so he needs more money. So I guess it's all relative. I was watching a special last night on Charles Schultz, the creator and man who did all those Peanuts comic strips, and the man was never ever anything other than Charlie Brown. He was always insecure, never really felt he had accomplished it. Wasn't sure he was liked and respected, and I think you see this with Hollywood stars, and having gone to 12 years of school at St. Mary's, we were taught that the only way you're going to find satisfaction isn't on earthly things. It's something a little higher than that. But with that said, we've got a ball game that's been completed here. The Beekmantown seniors have completed their careers. Northeastern will advance. And once again, as we've mentioned several times in the past minute or two, they will face the winner of Plattsburgh High School and Osable Valley. So that's the way it was on this Cabbage Night, October 30th, 2007, from the Chazy Central Rural School in beautiful downtown Chazy. Got to be very frustrating. I'm sure nobody else has scored this many goals against them in a single game.
Oh no, I'd be very surprised. Well, like I was saying earlier, I don't think Shazy's given up more than 1 goal a game in any game. So to come back with 6.5 minutes to score 3 to force overtime, and the way the ball's been in the end here. And actually, let's make it 4. There's the 8th grader again, Caitlin Lapeer. Her 3rd game in the varsity level, at this level, has 4 goals in 3 games. That's pretty impressive.